All right, guys, welcome back to the Pump and Culture Podcast. If you're new to the show, my name is Casey. I'm 32 years old and I'm a vegan. I don't really want to call myself a bodybuilder because I don't compete, but I am who I am. I'm a guy who loves the gym. You can call me a bodybuilder or a body sculptor, what I like to say. But, anyways, this is a special episode really dedicated to my journey of being vegan for a little over 6 years now. I really have no regrets. This has been a fun journey, a lot of ups and downs, and I really want to go over some of the bad and some of the good being vegan, because there's always a little bit of both when changing and doing these different journeys in life. But today's episode, I want to start off a little bit different. It's a solo episode, as you can see, so I want to start off with a quick little motivational quote. If this is the first pod or anything you listen to, I hope this can kind of get your day started and keep pushing forward as tough as possible. So the quote goes, "Tough times don't last, but tough people do." And just think about that for a second. Tough times don't last, but tough people do. So when I hear that quote, it really kind of, it gets to me because it really talks about we've all had a lot of tough times in life, but if you're tough enough to get through those, it makes you a stronger person at the end. And that's really where what I see after reading that quote, and that's why I really want to share that with you. I'm gonna say just one more time, just because tough times don't last, but tough people do. Save that. But after that, let's just go right into the beginning of the story. 6 years ago. So I met my wife, I don't know, maybe 9 years ago. I met her, I dated her a little bit. Was confused about her eating, didn't really know what she was doing. When I figured it out, she was vegan. I think she was a little timid to tell me she was. Or she did, or in my head, I kind of just didn't think about it that much. But that didn't really have an issue with our relationship because she would really kind of deal with the stuff I did. Like, I guess I would take her to restaurants, and she was kind of okay with being around certain things. She didn't really make a big deal about it, so there was support on both ends where if she wanted to eat, obviously you get people joking, and I would joke with her a little bit like that, but nothing too crazy in that sense. But I would see it. I would start doing more research when she would start talking to me about stuff like that, and it got me doing my own thinking and trying to figure out what I want to do in life. And I think back in 2017, 2018, I think it was probably towards the middle of 2017, possibly, that I started to make a transition of starting to cut certain things out, like red meat and stuff like that. Even though I didn't eat it that often, a burger here and there, whatever that may be, a steak here and there, but it wasn't that convenient in my diet. So I cut out that, and I stuck to everything else besides that chicken, turkey, whatever it may be. Then I think I gave myself a couple months. I started to just do some more research once again. Then I think I cut out all the meat at that point. And I became, what do you call it, a pescatarian? Someone who only eats, excuse me, someone who only eats fish. So I think we went away on vacation. I think it was Cancun, honestly. A lot of fish, a lot of fruit, a lot of salmon. I wasn't feeling it. I don't know what it is. And I kind of know what it is. I've never been a fish lover. Like, you won't see me. I was never really shrimp guy, salmon, filet, whatever it may be. This just wasn't really me. Some fried fish, yeah, for sure. Some here and there, for sure, down in Harlem. But it wasn't that often. And after that, I was like, this is probably easy to just cut this part out as well. So I think after that, I cut that out and I went straight to vegetarian, right? Because I was scared of cutting out the cheese, even though my body was lactose intolerant. And if you don't know what lactose intolerant really means, it just really means your body can't absorb the sugar from dairy milk. So it just, when that hits your body, it just rejects it. So that's how it was with ice cream, with cheese, pizza, with cheese pizza, it was hard to give up. Getting a quick little pie from any fast food spot like Pizza Hut back in the day, or even these dope spots down in Manhattan. I was getting the dollar slices, the brick oven pizzas, and then I had to just cut all that out because I just wasn't even sure what the next steps were. I thought, okay, that's over for cheese and pizza, and I was kind of afraid. But I still did it and went through with it. And I think throughout this whole journey of the months, I want to say this probably took about a 6 month journey to go through. I think during this whole journey, it was more to do with fitness driven. So it had nothing to do with anything else, no animals, no nothing like that. It had strictly to do with fitness and how could I achieve the physique I want, doing it a little bit differently than anybody else. Not everyone else, just a couple people in the gym. You know what I mean? So I was getting lean. I was losing a lot of weight. I don't know if it was good weight in the beginning because when I 100% went vegan, that was a little scary because I guess I really wasn't informed in what I had to do, how I had to eat, how I had to get my protein. I just really wasn't sure what to do. So it was a tough few months in the beginning stages. I probably lost about a quick 10 pounds, even though I was working out and I thought I was eating right. And I clearly wasn't eating right, or just I clearly wasn't eating enough. And that was the biggest thing. I had issues with eating enough because I thought I was overeating. So with vegans, we just have to eat more because our food is a lot less dense, I would say, with a lot of the greens and things we do eat in our diet, a lot of the fruit, the things our body absorbs very fast. There's no meat sitting in our stomach having to digest over a 3 day period. So I guess our body really functions a lot faster and smoother. So we have to just eat more because our body just burns the energy through. So that part I really had to learn. I really had to dig in and kind of find my place in this. Then I told myself, if I do a little bit of research, can I try to compete as a vegan on the stage? Can I be a vegan bodybuilder? And that's something I thought about for 4 years. 4 years, I just was like, let me try to compete and get on stage. My thing was, I think I was just always afraid of losing, even though that really shouldn't be the case. Because, as athletes, we can't win every single thing we do. Some of us can, but most of us can't. So I was just kind of afraid. But what I did instead was, instead of really focusing on getting on stage, I focused on studying people on YouTube. First, I just studied a bunch of vegan, I guess, they're influencers, right? Vegan influencers, guys who got together, who always collaborated together and did things, food, cooking videos, stuff like that. Couple of people who disappointingly went away from the vegan diet for dumb reasons. But yeah, I learned a lot from them, but they were small. They didn't look like me. So I was trying to figure out how to do this with my genetics, my build, but eat like a bodybuilder. And that was the biggest thing I was trying to figure out. How can I do this and eat like a bodybuilder, because they eat a lot of meat and dairy and stuff like that to get the muscle. So I was doing research. I was playing around with different recipes. The easiest thing I found, and I preach about this to everybody I meet. If you don't know what it is, look it up. Seitan. Seitan is super important in this diet, in this plan. It is made from vital wheat gluten. It's just a flour. You can bind into many different textures and shapes. I've made a high protein meatloaf from this. I've made fried like a vegan little chicken nugget thing. I've done chicken strips from this stuff. I've done a lot. It's so versatile, and it packs a punch in protein. So a little tip you could also add into that would be some vital wheat gluten. No, did I just say that? No. Yeah, I did say that. add some nutritional yeast. So nutritional yeast is very high in fiber, very dense in protein as well. So you add that to it, it makes the texture a little bit better too. People use nutritional yeast for a cheese substitute, especially on like hot dishes like pastas. It mixes very well and it gets nice and gooey like cheese. So look into some nutritional yeast if you want something to spice up some of your dishes on your vegan side or non-vegan side. Something to think about. Something to definitely think about. So, in this journey of figuring out this food, I really started to start eating like a bodybuilder, and it started to be super fun. Um, After I figured this part about, like, I would say in my life and my journey, I started to do more research in what it is to be vegan, not what it is to be plant based or eat plant based items. Everything that comes with being vegan, protecting the environment, caring about our animals, just a lot of different stuff. And it really gives me appreciation of a lot of things that I really didn't think about in the past. That I love these animals. I love the cats I have. I have a little cat I adopted, so that was awesome to me. My first animal I had to take care of, so it brought a lot of appreciation to other life forms in a sense. So yeah, like it just made me a different person. It made me more of a caring person. And then when you know bad stuff happens in life, it just kind of tells me again that I made the right decision because I'm just more of a happier person with everything just going on truly around me. So that was like part of that beginning of that journey. So yeah, like it was a very timely and staked transition that I made. I suggest people, if anybody's thinking about going vegan or plant based, I always tell them take your time. I recommend you don't go cold turkey because people who go cold turkey usually don't understand the diet completely and get confused and lack the knowledge of what I need to eat. I need to make sure I'm getting all my vitamins, my supplements, all the above like that, so they will lack the things if they don't do the proper research. If they just think they can eat like they used to, but just eating more vegan or more just vegetables in a sense. So you have to do research because a lot of people do fail and things like that. Um, there were a lot of challenges too because I'm a candy lover. I'm a candy lover. I was obsessed with eating Skittles, Airheads, anything like that texture, hard candy like that. Not too much of the chocolate, but I love candy. I love sour stuff. I had to stop eating those things because of the gelatin that's inside of them. If you don't know what gelatin is what is it, animal bones or something like that that they bind up to keep to make into a binder for candy. So that makes most candies non vegan. But that didn't stop me because I went on some research, taking behind the Whole Foods. Whole Foods they hold a line. I forgot what the line is called. It might be called like Good Candy or Good Foods. They do like alternative Skittles, Starburst, Sweet Fish, all in a vegan way, but it's still candy at the end of the day. So it's not the healthiest, but you're not really eating candy to be healthy in a sense. So candy is just your little treat, but they have tons of options there, which is amazing. But you have, in general, honestly, you have to read labels now. If you make this switch, you must understand what's inside your food completely. There's been many times in the beginning where I didn't completely understand what I was reading and I consumed an animal product. Or I missed honey, which is super simple, but it's like one of the last ingredients or towards the middle, and I missed it. And as a vegan of my caliber, I won't eat honey. I know there's other vegans who think other about honey, but I won't eat honey. So I have to really understand what I'm consuming. But to me, that's all fun. It's all about the journey. It's all about experiencing these challenges and making it over, because to me that's what makes life like different. Like if it was just a straight path, then that would just be boring. Like make it challenging. Like I'm not saying make it bad, but make it challenging. Like, and that's what I pretty mean. Make it challenging. Um, Another thing I would say it affected in some sense was a little bit of social life, a little bit of going out. You get invited to restaurants, things like that. In the beginning stages, I would just opt out because I knew I couldn't even eat anything there. So that kind of messed me up in the beginning. But when you understand the side menus, at restaurants, you know vegan can eat there. I don't have to tell you anything more than if you know, you know. Find them side menus at the restaurants. Enjoy yourself, guys. But in the beginning, if you don't know that, you'll punish yourself and go out, or you won't go out just because you know you can't really indulge when everyone else is indulging. You may not be able to indulge exactly, but you can still eat and survive and have a good time, get some drinks, blah 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 blah, things like that. So that's one of the challenges and impacts that I really had. In the beginning, one of the biggest changes in the positive I saw was energy levels. I saw skin clarity. I felt great. Like, I don't know what it was. Like, it definitely wasn't like a burst of energy, but it definitely was another level of energy. I was a heavy coffee drinker. Still love coffee to this day. I'm definitely I love beautiful coffee. I'm just I forget what you call those things, but a connoisseur. I'm definitely a coffee connoisseur. But I was a heavy coffee guy just because I needed to stay up. I made that transition. I went over to tea a little bit, came back to coffee, but the amount was so, like, I didn't need much. Like, I went down to probably, give or take, 3 cups of coffee to about 1, sometimes 4, but still came down to probably about 1 a day. Then some days I wouldn't even do it just because I didn't want to really feel obligated to drink coffee. And sometimes when you are a coffee drinker, you feel obligated just to drink some coffee just because you know that you do it mostly every day. So my energy levels were up. I felt great. Like I felt like the gym sessions were great. Like I did lose a lot of strength in the beginning. But as you see, like I ain't little right now. Like I put on a lot of weight. I'm probably about 210, probably a little less. I've been doing a lot of cardio lately. So I'm probably about 205, 206 right now. Feeling good. Started running again. The running feels amazing. I started to run once a week now. Not no distance, probably about 1 or 2 miles, just to kind of get my flow back because I missed the running. When the weather starts getting real nice, I'm gonna definitely I told myself I'm gonna hit the turf, hit the track, start doing a lot of burst training, which I enjoy doing from my back of my track and field days. So that part I'm looking forward to. I think the weather's gonna be nice. I think now to start doing stuff like this, but I gotta get a new pair of shoes and I gotta get right, man. I gotta get right. I'm looking forward to it. But is it just me? But is there like a trend of new runners? Like everybody joining a running club? Because I'm seeing it a lot lately. I'm seeing a lot of just everybody doing running clubs. Everybody meeting at running. They saying the best dating spot is running clubs now, where you can meet just anybody and everybody who's just trying to get healthy just like you. So it's common interest just off the jump. So I just see a lot of people just kind of trending, and don't get me wrong, I thought about it. I looked it up. I'm in North Jersey. I'm like, should I look for a running club in North Jersey? I would love to just go for a run with them once a week. I just don't want to do too much running to lose too much muscle, because when I go back on my heavy running, I cut down way too fast. But that's besides the point. I love running, track and field, things like that. it's been crazy year for track and field. For my people who do like track and field, like it's been crazy. It's been a crazy year. It's been a slow start for a lot of good people out there, but this is the year of the Olympics. No Lyles coming down for the 100 and 200. Was Sydney McLaughlin? She about to kill the 400 hurdles. I don't even think anybody in the world can touch her. I just love track and field. If y'all don't know, I was a D1 track and field athlete back in the day. I ran. I was a sprinter. I enjoyed it. It was just for me was the fun. If you've ever seen any of my content too, like I'm all about form and stuff. So with track and field, I love to practice the form, practice the technique, and get those things right. I'm a guy who just likes technique, likes to get things close to exact when doing movements because what's the word I'm trying to look for? Either way, you gain the best results from that. So I'll be out there trying to get that right. I actually trained my homie's daughter last summer in track and field, and that just brought back mad memories of just sprinting and doing it. But I was hurting right after though. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I was hurting right after. I did not expect my body to feel a little older. And I'm not even that old. I'm just early 30s. So it's like I felt like I was like, oof. I need a couple days to recover. But I think that's why in my head I tell myself to just do this once a week for now, and just see how I feel, because I don't know if it's too much bouncing. It's gonna be too much on my knees with my current weight, whatever that may be. So that's just something I'm thinking about. Can't wait to see the Paris Olympics? Yeah, it's the Paris Olympics this year for my track and field guys. I really wanted to go to the U.S. trials in Oregon this year. I just have a lot going on in life, and I can't get those 2 weeks off, which I would love. Tommy, I would love to go there. I'm actually saving up right now for the 2028 Olympics, which is going to be in North America. So that's going to be dope. Spread around Toronto, Canada. Well, that is Canada. Toronto. They said the Toronto area. A lot of LA, Houston, New York, New Jersey, Mexico. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy, and I'm getting tickets to the track and field finals. I already told myself I'm saving up a couple stacks for that now. Plus the World Cup in 2026. I'm saving up for. We're gonna be out here, honestly. We're gonna be out here. It's gonna be a great couple of years in the U.S. So we got a lot going on. So I want to give you this little tip as well. Utilize YouTube. Utilize resources. Talk to people. DM me. DM other people. Ask questions if you have questions about this lifestyle. I enjoy talking about this. I want to keep spreading the message. I'm not forcing my lifestyle on nobody. If you decide to make this change, I'm good for you. If you don't, good for you as well. Do whatever makes you happy. But if you're over here with me, hit me up. Love it. Let's go to events, bro. I'm out here. I go to Vegandale every single year in Randall's Island. I don't know where the location is going to be this year. I didn't see it on their website, but I go to Vegandale every year. I went to Vegan Soul Fest last year down in Baltimore. That was aight, but I do this and I enjoy it. The different foods that vegans can eat now. I've had vegan oxtail, oysters, vegan fried oysters, vegan shrimp. Like, they do vegan steak. I told my man to go to this spot in the city. I think it was in the lower east side, and I forgot what the name of it is. I wish I could shout it out. But it had a vegan steak that would cut like a meat steak. It was red. It was colored. It tastes beautiful. You took a fork and you just shred it out. It was amazing. My wife had that. I had something else. Wish I got her meal, but that's besides the point. It was amazing. And the foods that they have, guys, you are not, there's no reason that you will not enjoy what you eat as a vegan these days. Excuse me. It's just so many options out here. Jarrell's Burger, I think that's Jarrell's Burger, down like near the Village. Late night spot. I think it's open to like 3 a.m. Banging, bro. Get yourself a burger, fries, a waffle fries, or regular fries. Get yourself a shake. Is it what they got? It's banging. Honestly, it's banging. So there's too many options out here to not enjoy yourself, guys. I make a banging smash burger. I was just talking about that the other day because it came out amazing. I made a little smash burger with some fresh onions, seasoned it up a little bit, this and that. That was nice. I'll be chefing it up out here, honestly. I'm still working, but I'm chefing it up out here. I definitely want to cook and cook for people and share this food stuff. I definitely also, I keep telling myself, and I will probably very soon, is do a couple of cooking videos, show a couple of my recipes that I do, some of my seitan recipes, some of my lentil burgers, my fried chicken, things like that. Like, it's banging, and if I can share it and help other people make it and enjoy their food too, man, I think I will. So I think that's about it for that. This is going to be a short one, but just because I really wanted to kind of express my journey and tell you, anyone can do this. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. I'm happy to help. Advice and training, this and that. My boy Ron, he gonna be in the next episode. I'm just gonna do a couple of these solo ones just to kind of get out to my vegans, get out to my people who wanna just look good, feel good, and things like that. But we're gonna end it right here. Thank you for listening to the Pump and Culture Podcast.